If there is one practice you would bring into your life to have the most impact on your ability to cultivate and maintain mental health, the practice to embrace is regulating the quality and quantity of your consumption and creation. This is a simple idea, and one that can be equally applied to both physical health and mental health. A living system receives, processes, and reacts. In order to stay alive, the system needs to receive certain qualities of things in certain quantities. And there are certain qualities of things the system could possibly receive that in certain quantities are detrimental to the system, causing sickness or death in the worst cases. We know that quality refers to things that are bad or good, and quantity refers to how much of these bad or good things the system is consuming. With the physical body, our physical health, we regulate the quality of the things we are putting into our body and the quantity, how much of these bad or good things we are consuming. Our system receives, processes, and reacts. The things we receive into the system are what we consume, and our reactions are the things we create. When we consider our physical body, its creations include the maintenance of life, movement around the world, and waste products. The order of natural existence is such that systems find a balance, a harmony, in the relationships between the parts that make up the whole. This is good. This is the health that we measure our system against. If a system falls out of balance, the relationships between the parts become strained. The system finds itself out of ease, or, in other words, it is diseased. The balance of processing systems, the systems of life, is a balance between consumption and creation. We should all know by now that for physical health we do more than just control the quality and quantity of our consumption, we also balance our consumption with our creation. For humans, apart from the basic maintenance of life, the major creation of our body is moving us around the world and doing all the activities we need and like to do. Our most general consideration here is balancing the food and drink we consume with the moving around and doing of things we actually do. Too little food or drink consumption for our moving around and our body becomes undernourished, depleted, out of balance, while too much food or drink consumption for our moving around and the body becomes fat, lazy, out of balance. This is why a way to physical health involves managing the quality and quantity of what you receive into your body. Managing the quality and quantity of what you do with your body and ensuring a balance between the two. Our information processing system, our mental system, is similar to our physical system. Both are systems that receive, process, react. Both systems have a natural balance based on the relationships between the parts that is considered healthy. And when the balance of relationships starts to shift from its natural order, both systems can suffer dis-ease. In terms of mental health, the health of our information processing system, what it is we receive and process, is information, sensory, emotional, language information, and our reactions are the sensory, emotional, and language contents of mind and our behavior. The interesting thing about the contents of our mind is that they are both reactions from the brain's neural processing, and they are inputs back into our brain's neural processing. This creates a feedback loop within your system. If you look at your bodily system from an outside perspective, you see a system that receives matter and energy or information into it, and then you see physical reactions, behavior. With the physical system, it is just straight through: receive, process, react. You eat food, it is processed through your digestive tract, you poo out the waste. With the information processing system, there is this middle part. The information comes in, but it doesn't go straight through to behavior. No, the sensory, emotional, language information that is received into the brain is represented in neural form, presented for you to witness in mind. Well, this is not entirely true, as many of you will be thinking. Sensory information can go straight through to shape behavior, like with animals that have some brain development but no cerebral cortex, where the sensory information is processed by the cerebellum for emotional and behavior reactions. This is true for humans too, but we must hold the opinion that humans are not reptiles. And when we are operating on the same brain level as reptiles, we are operating on what most will know as a fight or flight level. Human beings have a great ability to make connections, a great ability for language, and we have access to mind. to the feedback loop of consciousness. The only reason we should be operating on a fight or flight level is when facing immediate trouble, like in the middle of a car crash. In reality, though, most humans, most of the time, should be operating at a higher level of consciousness than reptiles. We should be operating at the level of the feedback loop. The key aspect of our feedback loop is our attention, like a flashlight that shows importance to a particular spot of the contents of mind. What we pay attention to within mind is what we deem most important, so that information we pay attention to carries the most weight in processing for the next pulse of contents within mind. Our experience within mind is more impactful on our processing system, on shaping ourself, than our experience within the sensory world. And as such, the objects we give attention to within mind are deemed most important, have the greatest weight in our information processing. For us, our conscious self, to control our attention, is critical for controlling our experience within mind and programming ourself. Controlling attention is a matter of will, and we shall cover the will to mental health over the next 3 chapters. The preceding chapters, which make up the first part of the book, they explore the way to mental health. Through these chapters, we spent a bit of time developing perspective, because if we want to make our way to a destination, it helps to know the terrain we will be traveling over, what the lie of the land is, so to speak. With this chapter, which is based on our prior perspective development, we are looking at a practical way to cultivate and maintain mental health. In this light, what does regulating the quality and quantity of our consumption and creation look like? It looks like assessing the information being received into your system for its goodness, making sure as much as you can that you are receiving in more good things than bad. It involves paying attention to the contents of mind, ensuring that your inner world and thought is full of good sensory, emotional and language content, and that bad content is limited. And you are monitoring behavior again. If you are struggling with what is good behavior, just look to the order of natural existence for a universal measure of quality. Mental health is known as expressed through the production of good reactions, good emotional, sensory, language contents of mind and behavior. To produce good reactions, you need good processing, and good processing results from good inputs into the system. And good inputs are experiences that develop good sensory, emotional, and language concepts. Good stories about yourself, your own innate connection to the universe, its power, and a good perspective of your place and part within multiple systems, from the quantum to the universal and everything in between, especially those other living systems, such as family, community, and species. It is hoped that you get the gist of what regulating the quality and quantity of your consumption and creation means here. There will be no more detailed examples of actual things you can do within your life based off this general practice, as part of the point is for you to take this framework of an idea and flesh it out how it suits you based on your own life experiences. Because even though we may all want to go to the same general destination, where we are right now is due to everything we have gone through in the past and how we have dealt with what we have gone through until now. So we are all starting our journey to the same place from different current locations. The only human who can really do something effective for your mental health is you. The best anyone else can do is provide signposts, guides, a general map. It is up to you to figure out where you are on this map, and it is for you to work out the best path for you to get from where you are now to where you want to be.